Hey everybody, welcome to another Quicksave Review with me, RC. A Quicksave Review is basically a Let's Play mixed with a review with a game that I'm currently playing, and I'm currently playing Vitamin Connection on the Switch. This is a new game by WayForward, the guys who have brought us Shantae and many other great games. But this is a fun co-op, as you can see, bacteria-busting game for 1 or 2. I have currently been playing this as a single-player game, but you can play this with a friend in co-op, which is pretty fun. I did play a couple of mini games with my wife in co-op, and it's a pretty fun game. I feel like if you guys are a fan of playing snipper clips in co-op mode, this is a game you're gonna like. You're gonna pretty much put it in that same category. What I will say right off the bat before we even get going here is that this game feels like a launch title game that Nintendo would have put out to really demonstrate all the cool things that their Joy-Cons can do. Leave it to WayForward to kind of like actually take the torch on that and show all the different things you could do with it. But you know, if you're playing with a friend here, basically one of you is going to play with a vertical Joy-Con, the other will play with a horizontal Joy-Con. One person, you know, is going to be controlling the ship while the other person is spinning it. They're using the Joy-Con like this, you know, spinning it around, and it's pretty fun. You two like basically trying to be simpatico and make it work. Obviously, it's much easier in solo play, and that's the way I've been playing it here. So let's actually jump in. You can use the Pro Controller if you're playing it by yourself, which is handy because I do really like my Pro Controller. So when you first come to the menu, you could start immediately on the solo journey, which is a campaign, or you could jump down here and play some mini games. Now, the funny thing that happened was when I started this game, I actually played the game solo, but with 2 Joy-Cons, one in each hand. But it was set to play with a friend, play together. So I'm just offering this up to you guys. If you happen to play this solo and you think a game is too easy, set it to play together and play by yourself and see how far you get. Believe it or not, I was actually able to get through the first wire coaster minigame, but the rest of the stuff I just could not fathom, because in one hand you got to twist things, and the other hand you got to move the stick to do so. It just gets really crazy. You actually play as the characters you see on screen. You actually can't see the pink character too well. Here, let me turn off the webcam for just a second. There you go. You can see her there. So you play as these 2 characters, and they are basically entering people's bodies. At least that's what's happened in the first level. You enter this kid's body who's he's got a fever. He wanted to go on a field trip, but he's too sick to go on it, which is always unfortunate, isn't it? So you enter in and you take care of all the bacteria things, fight him, and try to make him feel better. And if you succeed, he feels better and he's able to go on his field trip. So we're going to jump to level 2, which is Martial Arts Mom, and see what this is all about. Now, if you play a level of this, you're going to get pretty much the full scope of what this game is, because the main levels include the mini games that you could play on that main screen that we were just in. As you can see, characters have a very, you know, flat vector art style look to them. I think it fits this game very well. This game really makes me feel like I'm playing a Saturday morning cartoon.
Good luck today, honey.
Love that guy. Off to work today, honey.
Bye, Mom! Knock him out!
I like that your mom is a big martial artist. It's pretty cool. Pretty funny. Oh, grumpy baby. Looks like my baby. That is weird. I'm gonna have to send that picture to my wife, because she did not see the baby in this. Looks just like my baby. Very strange. I guess a lot of babies look alike, don't they? Oh no.
No! I'm coming down with something now!
This is no good.
I just remembered. Maybe I can give that vitamin a try.
So like I said, this game gives me hardcore Saturday morning cartoon vibes. Feels a lot like Powerpuff Girls, if you guys remember that cartoon. Great cartoon from back in the day. But it definitely has that kind of feel to it. It's very silly. The voices are like very boisterous, you know, that kind of thing. But here you go. You play as this basically mixed Joy-Con here. And you do things like shove your colored Joy-Con. Oh, that's right, we gotta use the... We just got a new ability to take those guys out, and I've already forgotten how to do it. There we go. So this thing, I have not completely figured out the best way to use it. They show it to you briefly at the end of the last level. You have this claw that can grab enemies and shake them about, and I have not completely figured out how to use it correctly. But here we go, we're being introduced to a bad guy here.
Within the Lady of the Manor, you've proven me correct. Now identify yourself, lest you wish to see your vessel in pieces.
Man, this guy's hardcore. Your characters never speak, by the way. They're always ...
Vitamins. A likely story. State your purpose. Healing injury. Boosting immunity. Eradicating bacteria. Enough! You've overstepped the limits of polite discourse.
So the dialogue in this, I feel like, is written very well. Like I said, it feels like a cartoon. It feels like you're playing a cartoon, which is great.
In such a way to the most honorable bacteria warrior, probiotic. I ask that you leave this place. Vitamins.
I feel like the way these characters are designed too, they could have easily have been like a sort of like stripped down Mega Man game in a way, the way they
I'd
look.
see to your exit myself, but I'm on a confidential mission on behalf of the Lady of the Manor. Don't spare it a thought. A word of advice.
Stay out of my way. And I gotta say, I'm really a big fan.
Locations. I'll have exactly what I need.
Very much a big fan of the fact that they were able to get, voice acting done for all of the characters in this. Like, you'll come up to little bacteria guys, and it'll stop, and they'll just like start spouting off in a crazy voice, and I'm like, wow, they actually got voice acting for most of the characters in this, which is great.
Don't do anything foolish. I will not hesitate to strike you down, should it come to that.
All right, let's see if we can figure out this. So you can see if you hit R, that's how it closes. Oh, that's it. Okay. That's right. You move the joystick around to move this claw around, and then you can grab enemies with that thing. So we will try that again. Right here. Look at that. There we go. So the control in this game, if you're looking for a game that is like all about like kind of silly control, that kind of thing, this game definitely offers that. But yeah, the claw they showed very briefly at the end of the first world because it's a new power that you get. And I hadn't had a chance to use it yet, so I wasn't familiar with what I had to do with it. So anyway, you kind of just travel through whoever's body you're in here. You can actually hold a button to fast forward your movement. You can hit 2 buttons to doubly fast forward it, which is nice. There we go. Oh, I'm stuck. Turn that behind us. There we go. And you grab those little stars there. Those will give you your health back if you happen to run into enemies or whatever else it could be. Let's move this up. There we go. And you can obviously see that there is stuff all around this area here. You can see little stars hiding behind the shapes and everything like that. Now, one of the things I wanted to use was the vitamin beam. This vitamin beam right here you can shoot enemies with. One of the other cool things about this game, too, is that if you so happen to... Okay, hold on, we'll discuss that in just a second. If you just so happen to fall back behind the screen, like we just were here, it'll give you a little cone out here, and it'll give you a chance to actually catch up. It doesn't automatically kill you, which I thought was really, really nice. Because you gotta figure this game is gonna be real hard for beginners if they're playing this with a friend, you know? And in solo play, it can be a little tough, too. Now, the game itself isn't hard, it's just like some of the control stuff takes a little bit of practice to get used to. It reminds me of the first time I was playing Wonderful 101, which, by the way, was just recently thrown on Kickstarter and whatnot, if you haven't heard. That game will be coming back, which is pretty cool. But regardless, it reminds me of the first time I was playing that, or some of the other, Wii U games as well. We're going to take these guys out. Because you're getting used to, like, the crazy control, right? Some of our health back here. We're gonna practice some of that, too. I gotta practice my claw grabbing skills. Nope, we're stuck. So sometimes it makes sense to kind of like just lag behind a little bit if you feel like you're not, if you feel like you're gonna run into danger or whatever, just lag behind a little bit. So at this point, you're gonna come to a crossroad. You can hit pause at any point. You can decide which way to go. Every level seems to have, at least the first level is also set up this way, seems to have 3 vital places that you need to go to destroy bacteria. So we're gonna probably head left here, I think, first. Let's see what's down this way. It looks like, according to the map, we have a little bit of ways to go to get to that ear, so we'll see what happens. The game does have unique music and soundtrack, or unique music in the soundtrack, I should say. Kind of reminds me of sort of like Splatoon meets, like, you know, like I was saying before, like a Saturday morning cartoon type of style. Almost Splatoon meets loungy, you know, loungy music, I guess you could say. Let's destroy that. You're also gonna get this weird build-up you gotta destroy too. Your vitamin beam, you only have, you know, obviously so much of it you can use. It does go down, so you gotta be careful, because otherwise you gotta sit back and let it charge back up a bit. Every level you're also collecting these stars here. We just collected 1. You could see up in the top corner above my webcam that we had 1 out of the 5. I believe in the first level I was able to get 4 of the 5. I'm not sure where the last one was that I missed. Oh, we can't actually grab that, it would seem. Huh, I don't know what that did. Maybe it gave us back our vitamin beam energy? I thought we had to grab it at first. I was like, what is this sparkly grabby thing we gotta get? You want to be careful maneuvering your little Switch Joy-Con thing around, too. Because you will easily run into stuff. You can see every time we turn, these green things turn. Sometimes those will be like sort of on their own axis. Every time you hit those little green guys, they will take a little bit of your health. But like I said before, the game is pretty generous with health. And it's pretty generous all around. Like I said, if you fall back behind a screen, it's not usually going to penalize you for that. But who knows as the game gets further, right? The further you get, the harder games usually get, so I don't know. Maybe things do get a little bit tougher, but I don't think this is that type of game. Okay, so those things do recharge your vitamin beam, so that's good to know. So we can go right back up there and get some more. I will say, though, I'm always a fan of games that have sort of a happier, you know, sort of motif to them in a world of, or I should say in an industry of games where it is basically, at this point, based on dark, gritty style games. It's always nice to get a game like this. It's just like fun silliness, you know? Like I said, it really reminds me of Snipper Clips from Nintendo. And if, you know, like I said, if you like those games, or that game, I think you're going to love this one, because it fits in with that silliness. We're going to go over here and head to the ear, I think. Uh-oh, hazard. Got these, like, falling things, whatever they are. Yikes. Oh, he's just going to keep following us? Oh, no. Okay. I think that would have sucked. See how much health they gave you at the end of that, though, in case something did fall on you? Very generous. Alright, so we can fast forward this along just a little bit. Oh! Oh, he's gonna keep following us. Alright, I'm actually gonna leave that there. However, actually, if we grab this. Aha, look at that. I was controlling that, okay. Just keep this over the ship, we'll be alright. Nope, now we're not. We're not okay. We made it through most of it, though. I don't think we need the umbrella anymore. I'm trying to cram through here. Who is that? Charlie and Horse. We're gonna pop them both. I don't know what's going on with that. That is quite literally the Charlie Horse. That's probably keeping Mom from doing her martial arts. So here we go, we've arrived at the ear. You can tell, because there's an ear.
I detect irregularities in the surrounding air pressure. A foreboding sign indeed. Surely not a run-of-the-mill case. What? You again? There's no time for your meddling. This erratic tempo across my lady's eardrum. Surely, you must be responsible for this.
Uh-oh. Now, every time you get to a vital area, you're going to get a chance to do a minigame. As I was talking about before, the minigames are in here. This one is probably the most unique in the game, I think. Basically what happens is you have to follow along with where the beat goes on both blue and pink sides. So, as the circle moves down, you gotta like pay attention to where things are gonna be at. So now that's gonna be there, and then we gotta go up one. But we're just gonna go for it here. Let's start. Let's see if I can keep up. I am not great at this one because you gotta look at both and just keep up. One. Up. Back. Down. See, I'm moving late. Oh, jeez. This may be... it might be too late for me to get into this one today. And up. So it resets, and I move too quickly there. There. I missed the clap. Oop. We're already at half health here. Oh, jeez. I am really crapping this up, guys. Oh my god. Back here. Up. Up. Oop, I forgot to clap. Forgot to do that. We're dead. I'm gonna have to do this one over again. Nope. Let's try it again. Absolutely crapping that up. I would say this is harder to play on a bigger screen TV because you got to look at more areas, you know? You got to keep panning your eyes back and forth to see what's going on. On a portable, you can see both pretty easily. But let's try this again. Music in this minigame, this particular one, reminds me of Animal Crossing. Oh, I went too early. Oh, forgot to move down, up, down, back to flat, up, up. Wow, you gotta do both at the same time. Down. Spin this way. Oh, forgot to go down again. Up, down. So the hard part about this is that they... Oh, I went that way accidentally again. Down. Spin. Down. Up. Down. That way. That way. Up. And we made it. Okay, so you only got to go through 3 rounds of that. Last time I got really close, but still not as good. I did not do that that great. I didn't do as good as I did on the first time I did those. That music one I find to be the hardest minigame in the game so far. That's not to say there won't be harder ones coming up, but...
You will not further disrupt my investigation!
So that is one vital area done. So now what happens is they are going to speed track you back to where you came from, and we're going to probably head downwards towards the fist or whatever. And hopefully that fist then we'll be able to go up and head to the eye. I do like, though, that when you finish an area, they basically are like, hey, let's get you back to the action here ASAP. I'm glad I don't have to grab that umbrella because I don't think I could have grabbed it in this fast-paced little area here. Okay, we are now gonna go this way. You know, this the other thing this game reminds me of too is it reminds me of, like, you know, old Sega style games. You know, like almost like Dreamcast. This like feels like a game that could have been on like Dreamcast or something like that, like a Space Channel 5 type of thing. You know what I mean? I'm not sure why I was trying to fit my ship through that tight of space without shooting these things. What am I thinking? That. But yeah, I've been a fan of WayForward for a long time. I think that they are a great company that comes out with like really cool stuff. And they've come out with a great series because of that, you know, over the years. Everybody always talks about, you know, Shantae, and Shantae is great. That's a great series, but you know, they come out with a lot of other great things too. Like the game that always comes to mind for me is their game on the Wii, A Boy and His Blob, their remake of that. I thought that what they did with that was quite amazing. Amazing artwork, great music, great relationship between the boy and the blob, which is definitely missing from the NES version, right? It's like, how do the boy and the blob actually know each other? Does the boy like the blob? Do they get along, or is the boy just using the blob to get through whatever's happening here? You know what I mean? There wasn't much backstory, there wasn't much story, because it's, you know, it's an NES game, but I feel like they sort of accomplished that. Come on, pop this, there we go. They should sort of accomplish like building a relationship and a story with that series, you know what I mean? And that is easily one of my favorites, but it's not all that they've created, you know. It's not all that they've done. They've done a lot of stuff. They even worked on like the Contra series, you know. Great company. How about Mighty Switch Force? Another great series that doesn't get talked about a whole lot. I've done a video for that one. I believe it was last year, because they released the Steam version of the Mighty Switch Force collection. Definitely worth checking out if you haven't played before, if you are a fan of 2D games, 2D platformers especially. Let's go down, head over to the fist here. The other thing you might also see here is the fact that levels can actually be a little longer than you might expect for like a mini-game focused like co-op style game, you know? Like we are about 20 minutes into this level already. So, I mean, if you have a friend or somebody who's in this for the long haul to get through it with you, I think you guys will have a great time. However, you know, you look at a game like Snipper Clips, for example, Nintendo Land on the Wii U, stuff like that, that this stuff is kind of like related to in a way, because it's kind of a party game. Let's see. We're making a good time here. I guess we'll go down. Sometimes you go down even though you don't think you should. You'll find like stars and that kind of thing, so it's worth exploring. But the thing that you'll find with oh man, with Snipper Clips and Nintendo Land and stuff like that is that the rounds are quick. And this game has really quick rounds with mini-games. If you're playing with mini-games only, then yes, they will be super quick. But if you're going to play through the campaign, levels, you know, can take a bit of time. I feel like it took me probably a good, if I had to guess, like off the top of my head, like 40 minutes to get through the first level. And I'm not complaining. That doesn't really bother me all that much. But it may bother people who are looking for a faster co-op experience. I don't know. Oh, wow, we're getting thrown into the wide open here. Where are we? We're like going around where the fist is at. I think we're in the right spot, though. We're catching these stars. Oh, there's the other Charlie horse. We must be on the right track here. Oh, we went all the way up to the eye. Who knew that's where it would take us? Actually, that was nice. I like that it fast-tracked us up there. That was cool. Totally not expected, really. Let's see what the next minigame is here.
I feared as much. This vital location exhibits clear signs of irritation. Visuals from the Lady of the Manor's optical network indicate a high concentration of particulates in the local atmosphere. Curious. Huh?
What could it mean?
What trickery is this? Would the vitamins be so... You'd have me believe this is a coincidence? Your sudden... Consider your next move carefully, vitamins. I cannot guarantee your safety.
Love that this guy's putting it into his bad guy demeanor for this this character here. All right, so this is... Okay. This is definitely a minigame I have not played yet. I'm not honestly quite sure what is happening. Alright, so you have two different colors, and they spin you different ways. But to what end? Okay, let's jump in and find out. Oh, I see. So we just gotta get through here. Okay. Okay, that's kind of clever. I like that. So you guys can see every time I hit the wall here. Oh, we're losing time. And sometimes in this game I find it's best to be careful. Okay, we can bounce the other way a little bit. Just like that. It's best to be careful than fast, because a lot of times you definitely have more time than you think you do on some of these. The other one that I played that was similar was the one where you have to go over the loops, and that one is very similar to this one. You gotta just take your time, don't bump into the track. But there we go, we made it. Not too bad. Not a great time, but not too bad.
The irritations vanished from this vital location. You're covering up evidence.
Uh-oh. This guy doesn't trust us, or seem to.
Are a window to your window. Blackout curtains.
Man.
No soul would reside in dishonorable vagrants like yourselves. Must find the source of these disturbances.
The investigation continues. All right. Let's see if we can head back to the last vital area here. And here we go. I really love that we're just like floating in open nothing here. Like we head up to her eye, but as you can see here, I'm not quite sure where we are in relation to her body. That's her ear, that's her eye, but her fist is there. I don't know like how the anatomy is working on this woman, but apparently that's what's happening. Whoa! We are traveling super fast. This is actually pretty fun. Traveling super fast through these tight little tunnels and everything. Woo! All right, we're gonna head up the last way here, the way of the fist. And let's see. Do here. We're going to travel a little bit more quickly here. Woo. I do like that this game offers that though. Like, it might be moving a little bit slow for some gamers, but for other gamers, you know, for those gamers that think it's moving slow, you have the option of speeding it up, which I think is cool. But for those other gamers who are having a hard time with it, it stays at the same pace. You don't have to worry about it, which is... I love that they add in the option for the gamers who think it's going too slow. I think that that's really cool. Alright, if we look at this, the fist obviously is this way. Let's do it. Oh, we're back in Hazard Land here. We are just gonna fast forward through this. Try to get through. Alright, I was not able to really grab one of these guys before. There we go, now we're getting them. Now I mastered the claw. That claw thing controls really strange the first time you do it, but then once you've done it a few times, it really starts to kind of make sense with that. I don't know. It's real weird, because you're actually moving the whole Joy-Con around to make this, you know, if you guys can see, to make that claw do its thing. And that is a really weird control scheme when you first start using it. But now I feel like I can really do it, as long as nothing is really, like, nagging me to get to it quickly, you know what I'm saying? We have not done a great job getting stars on this one, though. We're to the fist now. Oh, that's because we didn't go a lot of the optional ways here. There was a way to go up and a way to go down there. I was wondering why we didn't run into more stars. This Molder guy here. Not to be confused with the X-Files, am I right? Okay, oh, there you go. Down or over there, that's totally okay with me. Wherever you want to throw it, really. Oh, there's the Charlie horse. We know we're in the right spot. And here we are. We're at the fist.
Of course. It's obvious. One moment, the lady of the manor sneezes and finds her epidermis covered in exotic toxins.
Exotic toxins.
The next, you're here. A stunning correlation indeed.
Indeed. Alright, so I actually really like this one here. In this minigame, you play as the two, and you control the blue ship just by moving back and forth. You control the pink ship by using up and down on the right stick. However, you have to be careful because there are going to be enemies that are flying up and around, trying to keep you from getting these little gold globule things that are up there. So you gotta like carefully put your hand up here, grab one, and carefully come back down. This one is health based and second based as well. So again, just like the other one, you gotta be careful. Oh, yep. And then the other thing I forgot to mention is that the little jumpy guy will show up, and he will totally wreck your day. As a... There we go. This guy's really annoying. Jump. There we go. Thank you. There. Okay. That little mushroom dude, though, he can show up at any time on either side of the screen, too. Oh, crap. Let me do that. Jump. Oh, thank you. Got it. Okay, 2 more to go. I usually like to wait for them to line up until I can come all the way back, down, or up. There we go. Like so. There we go. We got through it. Okay. That was getting a little tense there.
Expelled mucus spins an intricate yarn that warrants further. One thing is clear. You're up to something. Consider this a warning. Vitamins. If any harm befalls the lady of the manor, I will eradicate you.
Chances are she's gonna feel better here, dude.
I've had my fill of you. I must conclude my mission.
Alright, so we have finished all 3 vital points. We are now gonna make our way back to the start of the level and make our way out. Let's do it. Let's speed along here. Let's get back home. Alright, we did not go up, so and that looks like the shortest route actually, so that's where we'll go. Oh, okay, so we got some stuff to move. I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap around there. Pluck that guy. Okay, got it. Got it. Here's one of our bacteria friends we haven't seen this level yet. It's very funny in the first level, this guy showing up the first time and just having this real screamy voice like, I'm the bacteria! I was a fan for sure. Why can I... That guy doesn't seem to want to die for me. Not sure why. Well, I can just narrowly avoid him. Whatever. There we go, we were able to get him and him. Okay. I don't know why we couldn't get the other guy. Okay. Pop that there, pop that there. Just gonna avoid that one. Oh, I don't think I can. There we go. Huh. Yeah, it's real weird. Like, certain guys, I feel like I can't quite pop them for whatever reason. Huh. Those guys pop once I get away from them, but they weren't popping before. I wonder what I was doing wrong. Luckily, the killing the enemies doesn't hold a whole lot of bearing on how you're doing in the level. Where are we at here? Alright, we're making our way. Not doing too bad considering we hadn't gone this way yet. Alright, so we're at a crossroad again. We are going to head back to the entrance here. As we've already spent, yeah, like I said, we're almost 40 minutes in just this level here, so we're going to try and make our way back to the beginning. Finish this one up so you guys can see the end of the story on this level. Whoa! Little bat guy. Moving up. Careful, man. I just had it waxed. Oh, jeez. Just keep bumping it. Yep, we are heading up. It's one very satisfying thing in this game is like these little elastic bands, popping those. Don't know why. It just feels good to do it. It's a nice satisfying pop at the end, I guess. Oops, spin again. I'm also satisfying. I love when these bacteria dudes pop because they're like fireworks. Screen even lightly flashes to show that. Let me make sure. Yep, up. Okay, this will take us back to the front. Ooh, we blasted through. Blasted through just a little too quick. Woo! I love traveling fast in this thing, though. It's very fun. Woo! There we go. Made it back to the front.
Enough! I will not let you stand in the way of my mission. Witness my power!
Ow. That's harsh. We were helping. They damaged our Joy-Con ship.
I held nothing back, yet still you stand. Impressive. Your ship has sustained immense damage, but I sense no wavering in your burning resolve. Tell me, Vitamins, what machinations could possibly be worth such personal risk? What? You're here to protect the Lady of the Manor?
Well, yeah, if you listened to us before.
I fear there's been a grave misunderstanding. I've dishonored my name. Know this, Vitamins. Not all bacteria are your enemy.
That's funny.
I mean no ill will toward you. In fact, I realized we share a common foe.
Yeah, now that you wrecked our ship.
I'm afraid mine is a singular path to walk. But
way
I
of the
shall
ninja.
continue walking until I find answers. And retribution. This attack on the Lady of the Manor will not go unanswered. May we meet again, Vitamins.
Love the ultra serious bacteria character. Very funny. Here we are, back at the tournament. And Mom won the trophy. Look at that. Kung Fu Champ. So they do this. You may have been hearing my controller vibrating on the desk, and I actually didn't have my hands on here. I don't know that it actually can test the warmth of your hands or not, because I think I got the same reading last time when I was actually holding the controller. But basically, like, your controller will pulsate, and then it says it detects the warmth in your hands, which is kind of funny. It's a love meter, basically. I thought that was really funny the first time I saw that. But there you go. There is Story 2. Story 3 looks like it's going to be pretty awesome because you're going to be jumping into the dog's body there. But yeah, guys, that is Vitamin Connection. And I think it's a pretty cool little co-op game. I think it's sweet. I think WayForward did a really great job here. Like I said, it feels like a launch Switch game to really demonstrate sort of like a demo game, almost to demonstrate everything the Pro Controller and the Joy-Cons can do. And it feels like something Nintendo would have put out as a small, silly game for people to play, right? But yeah, this is cool. If you guys are looking for silly co-op games to play with your friends, or just something new that you may not have played before, something different with a happy aesthetic to it and everything, this might be the game for you to check out. I know for me, I'm enjoying it so far. I think that the single player levels, the campaign levels so far, they might be a little long, a little bit on the long side there, but it doesn't really dissuade me from enjoying it. A lot of times with the Switch, obviously you could just hit the menu button and put your thing to put your Switch to sleep, and then come back to it later and continue from where you left off, which is usually what I do personally. But either way, I'm rambling here, guys. I think it's a cool game. I think it's fun. I think it's worth checking out. Definitely if you're looking for a new game in that genre. But guys, I want to say thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next Quicksave Review. See you then.